explanation for why some scales have sharps and some scales have flats. When you write down there's 8 notes in a scale, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an octave, it's called. Octave means 8. All right. I start on a D and I end on a D. The scale has to go up alphabetically. So I can't have a D and a D sharp and an E flat. I can't do that. I can only have alphabetical ascension in a scale. So it's D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and D. All right? So I can't have the same letter twice in a scale. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. Now, I have the letters correct, but let's see how it sounds. Oops. It's sounding kind of minor, like it's not right. So we're going to check it with our pattern now and see what's wrong, if it fits. So I'm going to start on D. What's the rule between 1 and 2? Whole step. Between 2 and 3? Whole step. Between 3 and 4? Half. Whole, 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 half. Okay? So now I got if I have to, I can just write it out like that, just to check myself. All right, so from D to E, is that a whole step? Yep, I'm okay. From E to F, is that a whole step? No. I cannot do anything to the E, right? Because then I'll screw this up. So if I go E to F, what do I have to do to the F to make it a whole step from E? Sharp. I have to sharp it. Sharp means to move it up a half step. Okay? So that note is sharped. Now, is it a half step from F sharp to G? Yes. Is it a whole step from G to A? Yes. Is it a whole step from A to B? Yes. Is it a whole step from B to C? No. No. What do I have to do to the C note to make it a whole step? Sharpen. And luckily, the last one's a half. So look, that's why the D scale has 2 sharps. To fit the pattern, I had to sharp this note and this note. So now when I play it, now it sounds good. Okay, are you following me so far? Now, that's the reason that depending on the note that you start on determines if there's sharps or flats and how many. Let's do one more. Let's do F. Start on F, end on F. Correct? Let's say the alphabet and write it down. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. Now, let's listen to it because I'll bet you your ear will tell you which one's wrong. Okay, listen. Hear it? It's like 4 notes up. So F, let's figure out which note was wrong. Okay? From F to G, is that a whole step?
Yes.
No. Yes. Is G to A a whole step?
Yes.
Yes. Is A to B a half step? No. Now my ear told me that when I listened to it. But what do I have? I can't change the A. I can't make it an A sharp. Because then it's going to be too far from G. Right? So what do I have to do? You always change the next note. So what do I have to do to that B? Flat it. Flat means to lower. Now, is B flat to C a whole step? Yes. Is C to D a whole step?
Yes.
Yes. Is D to E a whole step?
Yes.
Yes. Is E to F a whole step?
No.
No. Because the rule says it's supposed to be half, and it is. Okay? So you end on a half step, you're done. Isn't that cool? Now, so a beginner, you don't have to memorize that paper. You can play any, and we're going to do this hands-on in a minute. You can play any scale you want if you know how to play the pattern or you know the recipe. All right, now let's have a little fun. I'll show you. When we go to the keyboards, all you have to do is just close your eyes, pick a note, E. Now, if you don't panic and you go, okay, E. How many notes in a scale? 8. How many fingers do I have? 5. You guys are brilliant. I have 5 fingers. All right? How many fingers do I need to grow to play 8 notes in a scale? 3. All right, so here's how you do the fingering for a scale. You start out with 3, always. All right? It's always going up. 3 plus 5. Coming down, it's all 5 and 3. Now, I'll show you how to cheat because this works for every single scale. The half step is between the 3rd and the 4th step of the scale, right? Just agree with me.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So watch. Every time you get, just think of the whole scale as whole steps until you run out of after the 3rd finger. So watch. It's C, whole, whole. When I get to finger number 3, I'm going to take my thumb under at the half step. And then it's all holes, holes, holes. And that last half will be a natural because your finger will just lay there. Okay? Your last note is the same as the first one. So you don't even have to think about that one. All right, so watch. Again, if I start on G, 1, 2, 3, thumb under, whole step, whole step, whole step, half. Coming back down, I use up all 5. 5, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step. When my 3rd finger goes over to finish, it's a half. Half, whole, whole. And I'm done. So it's the easiest way to remember is 1, 2, 3. When you take your thumb under, it's the half step. And then the rest goes up. Coming down, use up all 5, 3rd finger goes over at the half step. And you'll always get it right.